The following program is a public service of Gulf Coast State College, WKGC, and Commodore Productions. And now, the Military Hour with Cary Dieter.
Welcome to another hour of Military Hour, which is mostly 30 minutes, I was reminded, but we have one returning guest today, Dianne Rich, and we have a new guest, her compatriot, and they are sisters in arms. They are both veterans. And we have Becca Rich. So ladies, a lot going on, and we, if you can do that shot so that we can get that, because there's a tremendous need in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and these ladies and warriors are going to tell us about what's going on. Who's going to start off?
I'll go ahead and start.
Do it.
Just to basically give you a rundown as to what VI for Vets, Virgin Islands for Veterans, is about. It's a nonprofit organization that was created by me and my husband, Jonathan Rich, who is still in St. Thomas. It was created to improve the quality of life for veterans and their families in St. Thomas and St. John. There's very limited VSOs out there, so we thought that we could do something to help, and this was our approach to doing so. Since Hurricane Irma and Hurricane Maria have come, it's quite changed St. Thomas and St. John and the day-to-day life of everybody down there. So we've reorganized our mission to basically focus on helping vets rebuild their lives and whatever that may mean to each individual vet. Whether it's they need their yard cleaned, they need supplies delivered to them, they need some sort of camaraderie, some sort of purpose, employment, whatever that need is, we're trying to do our best to fill it.
Can I stop you right there for a minute?
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you, and why is it that you're here in the U.S. at this time and your husband is still down in the U.S. Virgin Islands?
Well,
Don't be bashful.
Hurricane Irma pretty much left our house unlivable. So with Hurricane Maria coming, there was really nowhere for us to go except stay with a friend. And after Maria hit, my husband still is staying at a friend's house. While I came back to Bay County, which is where my husband is from, where I grew up, it always has a place in our heart. We have family here. We bought our first house here. We were married here in Oaks by the Bay in St. Andrews in 2000 on the 28th. So we're going to be having our anniversary coming up here shortly, and unfortunately we'll be apart, but that's not anything new. We've done that many times before, being in the military for 12 years.
Sure, yeah, I get that, but thank you. Now I've learned a little bit more. I didn't know some of those pieces, so that's terrific. Yeah, great. Now, please continue and tell everybody what the needs are and what's going on in the Virgin Islands.
Well, the support from Bay County has been amazing. We've been to several VFWs, American Legions, Ladies Ox, here with you. The support and the want to help is tremendous, and we're very grateful and appreciate that very, very much. The needs right now, they're always changing day to day as things become more available and then supplies start to dwindle down on certain items. So we've compiled this list, which is of the basic needs. My husband is still there on the ground, like I said earlier, so he's able to kind of tell me what he's able to get to, what he hears people need, and he's able to distribute supplies that we send down there accordingly. Right now, he's telling me that a big push, and it has been part of our big push, but it will continue to be part of a big push, is anything solar, like solar lanterns, solar showers, solar batteries, anything that can be recharged with the sun.
Sure.
Batteries in general of all sizes, bug repellents, mosquito coils, anything, because the mosquitoes are just so prevalent. And just before the storm had hit, just for the first storm, Hurricane Irma hit, my husband was just recovering from dengue fever, being bit by a mosquito. So we know that it's out there, and the mosquitoes are much more prevalent than they were before. So that's something you have to protect yourself of when you're outside, and you're basically outside all the time now. With
of course.
No lights, no water.
If you don't mind, I'm just going to run down the list
absolutely.
real quickly. I did get a little chuckle out of one of the statements on the flyer. It has been reworded and revamped, but there is no need for adult clothing at this time. So if you're going to show up at one of the drop-off points for supplies, make sure you do have clothing on, because you won't get entry. You won't gain entry at that. But the list, starting at the top, there was generators, chainsaws, gas cans, life straws. I don't know what that one is. Help me with that.
A life
is
straw?
Is this the pack with water?
No, a life straw is where you can almost drink out of a mud puddle straight through this, and it filters it.
It filters it. Now I
And
get
the
it.
big push for the solar-powered everything, and the water filters is because they're not going to have utilities on till at least Christmas. So they have no power, they have no running water. So instead of sending 1 million plastic bottles, it would be so much better if we could get these really good, high-quality filters down to people.
Tell the audience, and because this will go up on YouTube and everything else, and out over the cable, and as well as the college, where can people buy? If I want to go buy a bunch of Life Straws, where can I go buy those?
Well, I would imagine that you could find them online. I haven't found them personally in Panama City looking. They don't have to be that particular brand. It could be water purification tablets as well. Just something like to keep the water clean and clean enough to drink or to bathe or do your dishes in. Like I was talking about earlier with the prevalence of mosquitoes.
Like what we got in the service.
We have cistern water, so we collect rainwater and it sits in our cisterns, and our cisterns are somewhat exposed to the elements to collect the rainwater, and there's just mosquitoes sitting on top of that water because we're over a month past the first storm. So we want to make sure that the water is clean to drink and to be able to use.
Yep, and then the list goes on: work gloves, safety glasses, hard hats, obviously, because you guys are putting veterans to work to help rebuild not only their own but other folks there on the island.
Correct.
So.
I do want to say something on the hard hats, though. We did just get a very generous donation of hard hats. So at this time, I would say that there was probably other items that could be prioritized over the hard hats currently.
Well, you're in the know, so.
Like I said, it's ever-changing.
Yeah, right. And flip-flops, all sizes. Children's, women's,
exactly.
men's,
So that's just
deal.
basic. If you're in the shelters or if you're staying in any communal areas, you don't want to have, nothing on your feet at times, whether you're showering or something.
Mosquito coils, repellents, reefs, and then with solar power again, batteries. We got that. Paper plates, cups, and you say silverware, plasticware.
Right.
Okay. Soap, dish soap, clean supplies. Yep. Vinegar. Got it. Mops and buckets. I guess Swifters would work too. Wouldn't it?
Anything.
Yeah.
We want to prevent mold and help keep things clean.
Bleach, well, bleach is perfect. And personal hygiene, diapers, baby wipes, cool. DVDs, new or used, there you go.
Well, the big push for that is, so the storms wiped out our hospital and the infrastructure of our schools. So children were kind of left with nothing to do, and the environment's not really safe for them to go play outside because of the debris everywhere. So trying to entertain them, if you had a generator, you were able to maybe charge a computer and play a movie for them. Or I was telling Dianne about this, a friend of ours had used a projector that he had and projected on the side of his house a movie, and the kids kind of brought their own chairs and they sat outside and got to watch a movie. And things are starting to get better. Some areas, mostly in our downtown area where our shops are for our tourism industry, is starting to get some sorts of power, and I guess it's very limited. I don't know the ins and outs of it right now. So there's some neighborhoods in that area that are able to be able to charge a computer to watch it, but there's no cable.
I did go online to look at booking a trip, and guess what? There are maybe one or two little places you can get to, but they're even recommending wait till after the first of the year.
Right, that is our
estimate. If you want to try and make a trip, so I'm like, wow, that says it right there. Tourist industry is like, so that means everything is just
the
squashed.
resorts, the restaurants, the stores, people's livelihood, and our veterans' livelihood, and boats were demolished that were in the charter industry or people that were fishermen. There's so many different avenues that have been just completely wiped out that need to be rebuilt, and they're hoping that by Christmas, and fingers crossed. And I did see something online today it was a cargo ship that had just truck upon truck of utility trucks being shipped to the island. So that's a good sign that we may have power on by Christmas.
Good deal. That would be great.
That would be wonderful.
And the drop in tourism is why we're doing one of the things we're doing with the fundraisers. We are trying to get those veterans that don't have a job right now working, rebuilding the community until the community's rebuilt enough for tourism to come back.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Yep, makes sense. Got to rebuild the house, so to speak.
Yes.
I want to go home. I love being here, but I do miss my home. It is home.
Of course, understood. So why don't you, Dianne, if you will, let everybody know the drop-off points you have right now. I think there's a Legion and a couple of VFWs.
Yes, yeah. Right? So in town, there's VFW 2185, which is at 2136 Sherman Avenue. A second drop-off location is the American Legion 392, which is at 535 Oak Avenue,
Yep.
and that's downtown Panama City. And then on the beach, the VFW 10 triple nickel, so that's 10555.
Yes, we call it triple nickel. Yeah.
Right. That's just a little bit past 79 on the beach. So for people who don't want to have to come all the way in town, they can drop off on the beach also.
Yep, heading west, it'll be on your right and turn right to get back to triple nickel. So, yep, good deal. And I'm hoping that you're getting a good response. The last I went anywhere was 2 days ago. I dropped into Sherman, and a few days before that, I dropped into the Legion. But I was doing other things, so I didn't look to see what was happening.
Well, we are consolidating, so we're gathering up the stuff that has been and donated so far, and then we're prioritizing. Like, we need to get this out now, and then the stuff that we can maybe wait to send in bulk to save money. So.
The shipping costs are what's really hitting us really
Right.
hard.
Well, and what methods of shipping are you using right now? I mean,
Everything's going by air. We
Air?
haven't filled any kind of container ship or anything big enough where it needed to go by sea. But we are trying to consolidate the weight and spread it out, and the packaging and the boxes, everything that we can do to try and save money on shipping. And everything does go directly to my husband, who's there to be disseminated. So he's able to receive it. It's still very slow moving. The first package we sent has still not been received, but fingers crossed it'll be received sometime the next day or two. And then there's other packages following, and he'll keep us posted as he receives them.
Yeah, as they start getting into the
trickle in,
chain and the
yeah.
pipe, boom, they'll get there. So,
Right,
yeah, good
right.
deal. And he's got people helping him, correct?
He does. So I was just on the phone right before we started talking, trying to move veterans around. So one vet needs help on the west side of the island, cleaning some elderly people's yard. And he called me and was like, do you have anybody that can come help? So I was making some calls and rearranging some things and getting help out there. And it's basically been a slow process because they had to wait to get chainsaws to do any work. Because before then, it was just hand tools and machetes. And they weren't accomplishing much when you're talking about, trees and everything just completely flipped over and along the road and in the yard and on the beach and everywhere you go.
Exactly. Well, but now, think about this, folks, what Becca just said. Husbands down in the islands. And the veterans are there. They not only need help themselves, and they are working to help themselves, but they're helping the general population.
Absolutely.
But that's what veterans do.
Yes.
We help. So what a testament. But you're here trying to work logistics from the States to the Virgin Islands with a cell phone.
Right.
I mean, we do what we have to do
Exactly.
to get it done.
Exactly.
So, yeah. See that stuff like that just I love.
Thank God for technology.
I love hearing it. Oh yeah, it's great when it works. Isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's not. It's kind of hit or miss right there. Some days are better than others if you're able to get much communication. But with power down, water unavailable, no cable, internet hotspots I think were set up, but it's touch and go.
Sure.
You've got so many people on the island and all wanting to get on the internet and talk to their family or send an email or check email or whatever the case may be. Yeah. But we do have a fundraiser coming up on Veterans Day.
That's where I was going next. I want you to tell about that. Yeah, please do.
Well, 11/11 at 11, from 11 to 2. We will be at Sherman Avenue, VFW Post 2185. And I'll let Dianne tell you because she's been a great help in organizing this.
Oh, it's on me. All right.
It's on you.
Okay, so on November 11th, we'll start at Sherman Avenue, 2136 again, Sherman Avenue. We're going to have food, live music, raffle prizes, silent auction. A gentleman will be there making balloon animals. It's very family friendly. And the situation on November 11th is at veteran posts. Sometimes we open them to the community, but we're not just opening the event to the community. We're inviting you. We're asking you to come. We need the support of the entire community at this event. Plus, it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're sitting there on Veterans Day wondering, gee, how am I going to tell a vet thank you? Come down, buy some food, bid on some raffle prizes, and
Gonna have a bouncy house for kids or anything?
We don't want to say that for sure, but we are looking into it because that would be really fun because I would enjoy that too.
Yeah, my wife get in there with you. I guarantee you. She already had Commander Jason, and he's gonna be mad at me now. That short guy that's so tall that we always give each other trouble. I know I'm in the same boat.
I'm right there with you.
I love him, but anyway. Anyway, love you, brother, but right now I don't have your name. But, Jamie?
Jamie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
The big guy.
Yeah, our quartermaster, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Jamie. So there, I spit it out. But anyway, she got them both in the bouncy house last year. I come walking out and I'm like, what are you three doing?
You're going to break it.
The kids are supposed to be in there, and they're all in there just having a ball.
Yeah.
They're like, come get in. I'm like, no, I'm not going to hurt myself. Forget it. I had enough injuries. I ain't getting there. But anyway, well, I hope that comes about. So next question was dunking booth?
Oh, wow.
I actually
that
thought
has
about that yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun. Will you get in the dunking booth if we get one?
Well, I'll tell you, I have in the past. If I didn't have this going on right now,
Oh, I
'cause
gotcha.
at one point I did get in one that was not in good repair, and when I was aware of what was going on, it was no problem, but we stopped to take a break, and I was talking with somebody, and the thing just let go. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's no good.
Yeah, and the elbow went. What? I mean, it was.
Ouch.
But I knew I could move it, so I knew it wasn't broken. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get back in?
it was just yeah.
Get back on the horse.
I did, but very shortly, and then somebody else relieved. Everybody thought it was really badly hurt.
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah.
I mean, it just immediately went, and it was black. I mean, it went black.
Yeah, you probably should go to the hospital.
Just iced it. No, we iced it. It's all good. So, anyways,
Take Motrin.
no, I don't do that either.
No?
No, I don't do pain pills, any of that kind of stuff.
Oh,
Never
well,
have.
that's my line as a medic.
Yeah.
Here, take some Motrin. Oh, your leg is cut off?
Here,
Here.
motion.
It's a cure-all.
Good job. I'd just be going, nah, I don't need it. Yeah, I just never have. I'm not like that for some reason. But that's not about me. So I think that would be good if you can round one up.
That would be good.
I will
I
look
might be
into
tempted
it.
to.
No,
And
no,
November
no.
11th has the possibility of being chilly too. So
Well, it is a Saturday. I think it'll be a good time. If you're a vet or you're a civilian, you bring the family. There'll be kids' activities. There'll be adult activities. It'll be a good time to just come out. It's a great way to spend a day helping vets that serve this country on Veterans Day.
Sure.
And I really think that if I wasn't a vet and I heard about it, I would go. So I'm trying to make it a really good time.
Well, sure, and I understand, and rightly so. I mean, it's a great cause, and it's a good time just for the camaraderie
Absolutely,
and getting
yeah.
to know other people. But, and I may have just imagined this, aren't you guys doing something in conjunction with David Trogdon at,
Oh yeah, that's good point.
Hope.
Yes, the Hope Project with David Trogdon.
Yeah.
They're having a fall festival this Sunday. And
this Sunday? That's right.
Yeah,
I'd
this Sunday.
seen, I didn't remember
It's
when it
okay.
was.
It's on the 22nd this Sunday, and I believe it's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. I know definitely it starts at 10 a.m. And they're going to have a bunch of fun stuff out there, and VI for Vets will have a booth set up, and I work
Good deal.
volunteer some with the Hope Project, so I'm sure I'll be doing something with the horses
Oh,
also.
I didn't know you were volunteering with David. Cool, that's good.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Lash is going to do that. She's going to
Oh,
volunteer
cool.
with him, yeah.
Cool.
I'm just excited to see the horses.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure he has an extra shovel. If there's
Whatever
any
it
cleaning.
takes.
I
Okay.
hear you. But, yeah,
The work
just-
day is the day before, and we're busy.
Get-
We're
get-
collecting supplies that day.
Yeah,
so.
work that out real good. That's smart. That's good thinking. But in any event, David's doing another tremendous work for veterans
Yes.
up there, and I've been busy doing not a lot, but I think it's a lot with working with the nurses to raise funds for the MASH Bash, which is
Right.
what the 48 does once a year. So, and we're going to be going around to all the VSOs. So we'll be seeing each other, and we'll be working in and out amongst each other. So
Definitely.
good deal.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting rid of me anytime soon. I'm going
No.
to be here a while.
Good, good. That is good. So I forgot to reset this, so I have no idea how long we've been going. I know we did past 15, but I mean, I just forget stuff. So, it's like, psst, it's just
happens.
out of there. Yeah. Happens,
worries.
happens a lot. But I always find my way home. So
That's
There you
good.
go.
That's good.
that is a good thing. So now, you're like boots on the ground, front running things with the VSOs, is that right? Can
I
you
would
say it that way?
I would say John is more boots on the ground, my brother.
Well,
'cause
yeah, I mean,
he's there.
in the islands, I'm talking about
Right.
here in the States.
Yeah, here one of the reasons Becca came back is because there's no electricity, no internet. So she needs to do some work sometimes.
I work remotely,
Yeah.
so I'm working full time and doing this. And so
Oh, well, that's good.
she is my right hand in helping get this going.
Right, and so we've been going talking to all the VSOs, and everybody's been so wonderful. And I'm the point of contact just so that she can actually get some work done every once in a while.
But that is fabulous in itself that your company lets you
Yeah.
work remotely because
Absolutely.
of the devastation in the islands. That way you can keep some income going.
And that's very important. And
yeah.
my ability, my fortune to have that, that's why it's important to us to help other veterans, because I couldn't imagine what it was like if I was going through all of this and then couldn't afford any supplies
Yeah.
that I need,
Yeah.
So that's a rough reality to be facing.
Question, just because I'm like that. What if somebody wanted to make a cash donation? Is there some way to do that? Or?
So
Absolutely.
people have actually. One gentleman donated $100 cash, and we weren't at the Sherman Avenue post that day, but they just gave him a receipt. And when we got there, they said, "Hey, person donated this much.
Right.
Here you go."
Right, and I'm sure some of the VSOs are
Right,
right. So that
donate
can
money
be-
as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. They've been helping out quite a bit.
The support's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I
Good.
can't say it enough.
Well, sure, yeah, I understand because I know Lash and I want to make a cash donation because to me, I figure you know the needs, you know what you have to get. It's just like, to me, it's like grandkids or grown kids for birthdays or Christmas. Money. So,
Well, money covers shipping costs,
Sure.
and anything that we can start to try and buy down there once it becomes available.
Right.
Our economy desperately needs that influx.
Of course.
And if veterans are getting paid to do a job and they can buy something down there, it's just all part of the Build Back program now that we're in rebuilding after recovery.
yeah, I get it. I just think that's fabulous. I really do.
Well, there's also a donate button on the website too that you can
Yes.
check.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
In fact, give the website one more time if you would, articulate that.
The website is www.vi4vets.org, and then you can check us out on Facebook at Virgin Islands for Veterans.
Good deal.
Yes.
Good deal. So don't be bashful. Send $1, send whatever.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
Just send it. That's the deal.
And a lot of people don't have the finances to be able to donate, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You can help in a couple of ways. We actually are probably going to need volunteers
Oh yeah.
on Veterans Day, and I would prefer to have veterans not have to volunteer on Veterans Day.
Right.
So the more of the community that we can get involved in the volunteering, the better.
Sure. Yeah.
And then, oh gosh,
Yeah,
it's gone.
we're gonna be busy on Veterans Day. That's for sure.
It's going to
Yeah.
be a very busy day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can bring by, example, let's say, and this is just me again being weird because I am, Mommy, I want to take some soap, child's asking her parent, and bring a little thing of whatever. Ivory soap, a little
Absolutely.
4 or 5 bar thing, so whatever you can bring.
Nothing is
Yeah,
too
just
small.
know.
Do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it.
And it
Packing
means a lot.
napkins,
Yeah.
Wherever it is, yeah, I can tell you. I was on the first commercial flight off the island, so I was 23 days without power and water, and your day-to-day life issues and struggles have become so very hard.
Sure.
You're not focused on what's happening tomorrow or anything bigger than trying to have water to take a shower, trying to have food, trying to have water to drink, trying to get to an ATM to get cash so you can get gas. It's just things that we take for granted in our day-to-day life
Yeah.
now, but it's completely wiped out the island. So those little things that we take for granted are very hard tasks to accomplish right now. So
You're in a
anything is
survival mode.
appreciated.
It's all
Absolutely.
about right now.
And
What do I need
it's
right
been
now?
this way for over a month. So it's getting, everyone is getting a little fatigued on it, just burnout. And so anything that is given to them it lifts your spirits, and motivates you and carries you through the day.
Understood. Roger that. Well, I'll tell you what. Open door whenever. I wish you all the success.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I understand, and I'm very empathetic for the people in Puerto Rico as well because they were
Yes.
devastated. But
Absolutely.
they're not alone, and the U.S. Virgin Islands has too. Diane, thanks again.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Becca,
you so much. I
love
appreciate it.
That's Military Hour for now.